And hello my fellow vault dwellers, welcome to another Fallout 76 farming video. Now in today's video we're going to be showing you how to farm up massive amounts of XP as a solo low-level player. Now I've got my friend with me here just in case, but I think this will work. If you've been following my videos and my recent Reddit post about the discoveries that we've made with Weapon Artisan and how it affects melee weapons, specifically chainsaws, you've seen that by using Weapon Artisan rank 3 to over-level or over-repair your items from durability level 1 to 200, that it greatly increases the damage that those weapons can do. This is particularly noticeable on chainsaws, Mr. Handy Buzz Blades, and rippers. So what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of the fact that currently all the chainsaws in the game spawn at level 20. I went and farmed up a bunch of chainsaws with my multiple characters from different static locations, and I've got some of these, plus I've got some regular ones in my stash box. And what I found in my high-level experimentations was that these are good for about 3 to 4 runs. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to test them out doing just normal White Springs runs and then doing a leave the party and join to respawn the mobs, which is why my friend is here, so that we can see just how much XP you can get as a solo player if you were just server hopping and killing mobs with chainsaws. So currently I am... Let me go ahead and put this level in real quick. We'll take an, oh, not Basher, another level of blocker. Sorry about this, folks. Just give me one sec. Might edit this out. So currently, I am level 22. As you can see, now I am building this into a one-handed build for my Ripper, but as you can see, I don't really have anything special. I don't have any passive perks that increase the damage on the chainsaw at this point. So I'm literally just doing the increased base damage that the repairs are doing for this. So now we're going to go in and we're going to give it a shot and see what happens. And let's see how much XP we can get. So as you can see, these are not high-level ghouls at the moment. But as you can see, I am just right through them, no problem. If you get staggered, it does greatly lower your DPS for just a few moments, so try not to do that if you can. Now the reason that I do it over in this corner is because there's an invisible wall on this exit door here that prevents enemies from circling around and coming in behind you, and you can just fall back if you start to get overrun with enemies that are too strong into one of these rooms and then just body block the door and kill them. So as you can see, these are all low-level spawns. Not really what we wanted to test, but there's the level 42 Wendigo that spawns here quite often. Don't know why he's going for him, but I'll kill him. And he's down. And as you can see, it was just that easy. We're going to go ahead and finish up the run. We're just making sure that we didn't miss anything. A few more ghouls. And then what I'm going to have my friend do is I'm going to have him leave and come back in, and hopefully that will spawn the higher level mobs. I might even have him jump on his higher level character to see if that spawns them even higher, because if that's the case, then you can easily do this by server hopping. Usually there's some higher levels out here, and we'll go ahead and keep going. Now, make sure that you check the legendaries that spawn in here as well, because oftentimes they will have loot on them. Some of that's going to be good for what you're doing for leveling and whatnot. And as you can see, we've already gotten a 1/5 of an XP bar, and we haven't really even faced anything too difficult yet. Alright. Finish clearing. Now, if your chainsaw gets stuck in that mode where it looks like it's down and you can't actually press to attack, hit your block button, your right mouse button, to hit the block. It'll pull it up and out of the way, and that way it knocks it out of that locked animation that prevents you from using it. Alright, and as you can see, I just did a complete run with low-level enemies, not even the good ones, and we've already got a 1/3 of a bar. Took very little damage, very little problems. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use the respawn trick. So what my friend is going to do is he's going to hit escape, he's going to quit to main menu while in the party. He's then going to go to the social menu and click join to rejoin on me. When he loads in, I'll throw him a party invite, and as long as there's nobody in that building when he joins back in, it will usually trigger a respawn in the building. If there's people wandering around in there or other people come in and trigger a respawn before he comes back in, sometimes there's like a cooldown, it feels like, where it kind of throws it off a little bit, but it's not normally too bad. So he's loading in right now, and then we'll give it another go. Now the beautiful part about doing it this way is it doesn't matter like what level your stuff is. It doesn't matter what level you are as long as you're over 20, because at level 20 you can use these. So if you have another character that has Weapon Artisan rank 3 or a friend that can get Weapon Artisan rank 3, they can quickly go ahead and grab a couple of chainsaws, repair them up for you, and then you're going to use them until they get down to low durability. By low durability on a chainsaw weapon, what I'm talking about is sub 101%. So when you hit 100%, you need to use them a little bit more so that they take enough normal durability damage to where you can repair them again. As you can see, my friend came back on. He's on a higher level character, which should trigger higher level spawns. So what I do is I invite him to the team. He's in the team now. So now that he's in, what we'll do is we'll come over here, and the respawn should have been triggered. And as you can see, they're spawning in right now. 30s and 20s stuff. Not too hard. And then we just keep going. Now you can do this yourself as well. You don't need to trigger the thing, but what you'll do is you'll just end up jumping between servers. And when you're jumping between servers, you're literally just going to load back in outside in the parking lot, come in, clear the building, quit to main menu, come in, clear the building, quit to main menu. And as you can see, this chainsaw is just mowing these guys down. And it does this to higher level ghouls as well. So we're just going to keep killing. And as you can see, the experience points just keep rolling in. You can see that the damage is starting to go down a little bit on the chainsaws. The durability drops. That's okay. That's why we've got 7 of them. And then we're just going to keep clearing. We'll clear the whole area again, like we just did. Easy. Done. He'll go ahead and quit to the main menu again, or you'll server hop. He's going to go ahead and quit, though. I just come back out here. Now, if you have a rad suit, a hazmat suit, I do recommend that you use it, especially if you're a build that has any type of passive damage reduction, such as blocker. I do recommend that you have blocker on. It's a great 3-point skill. Reduces a lot of damage, and with your hazmat suit, prevents all that radiation damage that I've been taking. The biggest thing you got to worry about too is if you're server hopping, make sure you have a rad suit on when you're doing it, because if you warp into a zone that has a active nuke, you can very quickly die from the radiation, and then you're kind of stuck. So make sure that you've got a hazmat suit. You can have a friend run you through the investigate Harper's Ferry quest to get a prototype hazmat suit that you can wear from level 1 forward. It's a 100 or 1,000 radiation reduction, so it's a good suit. It's unique looking, different from the other ones. So my friend is back, as you see. What I'll do is I invite him to team again. There was nobody over there, so it should be clear once he starts moving. Alright, see him moving, so we're good. Now we'll come over here and should trigger a respawn here shortly. Alright, looks like there's some still wandering around. I don't know if this is part of a weird respawn, because sometimes this does get a little buggy. Alright. Looks like we did not trigger a respawn this time, so I'm not sure what happened there. Amel, if you could go ahead and hop out and back in again. It looks like it glitched out. Looks like we hit that cooldown timer. Now this is the cooldown timer I was telling you about, guys. You do need a certain amount of time in between hops. Usually the load out and load in time is enough. But sometimes when people get too close and trigger another respawn, or if you do it too quickly, usually like under 60 seconds it seems to be like, which he has a pretty good computer too, and it triggers it sometimes. You just run back over here and you wait again, and then you wait for him to come in. And it may also be because he didn't run into the building first. So we'll try that again too, because usually I'm the one triggering the respawn, and I'm usually the one leading the way into the building as I'm power leveling friends. So we'll let him lead into the building, and then if we've got respawns, I'll come in and clear. But as you can see, guys, the chainsaw is a fairly effective way to do this. You see that the durability is going down. It's not going down as quickly as I expected, honestly. Probably because on this particular character, I am running Makeshift Warrior, which does seem to affect the chainsaw. It does seem to lower the rate at which the chainsaw goes down. The fact that these guys have lower health as well might be affecting it because I don't have the chainsaw on them as long as I would for other characters. But as you can see, from 2 quick runs, I've already got almost an entire level out of it. I was a fresh level 22 when I got here. So, we'll go ahead and invite my buddy to the team. I'll have him go in first real quick just to make sure there's respawns, just in case it is the person loading in that has to trigger it. And then I'll come in, and there's respawns. So yeah, whoever's doing the jumping, have them lead into the building. They can trigger it. And then what you can do is you can just step back here and wait. They'll come to you, you chainsaw them down, get that sweet, sweet XP. And as you can see, even when these guys are low level, they're still pretty good XP. Like, it's not bad XP when you're in here at all. Because there's just such a huge amount of them all together. There's lots of legendaries, there's lots of legendary loot. You know, you just come in and you just keep mowing. I'm using just regular old armor, so even the Wendigo at 42, he doesn't really hurt too much because I've got blocker on, which helps quite a bit. Just try to do as much damage to them as possible so that you don't get mobbed. If you've got a friend that can help or who wants to tag stuff with like Molotovs and grenades so that they can get XP, you guys can double team on this fairly easily. And just like that, 3 runs, 1 chainsaw, 1 level. Super, super easy. So we're already done with this. If we wanted to loot, we could go through and pick up loot. I'm not bothering right now for this, except for that one, because that one looked neat. And it was just that easy. And then he'll drop out. We'll do one more just to show you guys again that this is how it works. Have him trigger it. And as you can see, there's somebody standing over next to the building. He's probably trying to get a few isolated kills through the window. Sometimes that will affect your triggering. So we're going to try it, though, even though he's over there. Hey, Meteo, if you come stand over here, we'll spawn him again. If you stand by the building, it might prevent us from spawning them. And he probably doesn't have his mic on, or he just doesn't care. So we'll wait and see what happens. You do have to be careful. Sometimes when you spawn them, they will still spawn even with people inside, and then they get mobbed. So that might be what happens to him. I don't know what his build is. It looks like he had a gun. So he might be in for quite the surprise when my buddy comes back. And we'll take a look. And he apparently found something in there to shoot. We'll try and respawn it, and then this will be the last run. Because this gives you a rough idea of what you can do as a low level to very quickly get up there and do it. Now, this isn't the only way to farm White Springs. You can come here with high-level friends. For instance, my favorite way to power level people is I have a shotgun build that is very good at crippling legs. And what I do is we'll find a nuke zone after the nuke is worn off to where the glowing ones will still spawn for hours and hours and hours after the nuke is gone. I will have my friend stand up where I am and stay in the game to hold the server so it doesn't lose those glowing ones. I will then keep spawning, go in through that door where we were just at by the table, and then shoot their kneecaps out until they stop moving. It creates a barrier because they won't walk over each other. And then at that point, my buddy can then take his time, either using melee or a pistol or Molotovs, whatever he has, to tag as many as he can before we start killing them off. And he'll gain 20, 30 levels a night. Alright, and as you can see, because somebody was in here, it did affect our ability to spawn them, so just something to be aware of. If this ever happens and you're on a normal server, you can just server hop, but we're going to go ahead and cut it off here, guys. I think you've seen pretty much everything that we need to see. If you guys have any questions or concerns or suggestions, leave it in the comments down below. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. I am putting out new content twice a day at 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Usually me and my buddy are playing together. If you guys have anything that you want to share or you want to see, just let us know and we'll figure it out for you. Thanks, guys.